A ceasefire in eastern Ukraine this morning appears to be holding after 5 months of fighting. Ukraine, Russia, and Kremlin-backed separatists finally signed that deal to stop the conflict. Charlie Daggett has been following developments. He's in our London bureau this morning. Charlie, good morning to you.
Good morning. A separatist leader said this morning that Ukraine had violated the ceasefire by firing a couple of mortar rounds southeast of Donetsk. Otherwise, both sides are holding fire, but the real test is whether it will lead to a long-term end to the crisis.
Before the guns fell silent, one last barrage between pro-Russian separatists and Ukrainian forces near the city of Mariupol. Then the tenuous ceasefire aimed at ending 5 months of bloodshed that has left more than 2,000 people dead took hold. And never has a ceasefire been declared quite like this. At one of the most exclusive golf clubs in Britain, Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko addressed the most powerful club in the world, NATO.
I give an order to chief of my military to declare a ceasefire in a half an hour time at 6 o'clock Ukrainian time.
Overhead, a show of force for NATO leaders gathered for the summit, and a reminder, at least in words, Ukraine and its Eastern European neighbors have the backing of the alliance. As to whether the peace will hold, a skeptical President Obama gave a cautious, "We'll see."
The ceasefire announced today can advance that goal, but only if there is follow-through on the ground. Pro-Russian separatists must keep their commitments, and Russia must stop its violations of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
But the worst standoff between the West and Russia since the Cold War is far from over. Regions of eastern Ukraine remain divided. The conflict remains unsettled. And people who have been living under the threat of all-out war for months know that simmering hatreds can soon spark further fighting.
Keeping up the political pressure, the United States and European allies ready to implement the toughest sanctions yet against Russia, still scheduled for Monday. The Russian Foreign Ministry vowed this morning that if that happens, Russia will react.